Blood Bowl. I'm Good Place and Badger.
I'm Sierra Kilo.
We have 620 team value difference for Malal's Mashers versus the Nordic Kneecappers.
I'm not a big fan of that team value difference, but I can't seem to emotionally do anything about it. I like my bros too much.
620.
Yeah.
Good God. Almost get another team. It's like a full-fledged halfling team.
Right? So let's see. He got Master Chef's a wizard. I think he got a wandering apothecary and probably some Bloodweiser babes on top of it. I don't remember for sure.
Man, get that Bloodweiser babes and then just get that star player Minotaur just to set up against Brett.
Right?
Two Minotaurs on the pitch, like.
He's got so much strength already. Hard to deal with.
Yeah.
So just for the rundown, he has 2 strength, 4 Beastmen. He has the.
I think. Oh yeah, one of his Chaos Warriors is missing this game. So he only has 3 Chaos Warriors this game, which are strength 4, and then he has the Minotaur, which is strength 5.
It's just gross overall.
And then, obviously, as we always mention, almost every game, all his Beastmen can be strength 4 on the Blitz. Strength 5
right.
on the Biggins. Ugh. Yeah, it's a tough team, man. I'm super sad that this will likely be the last season for this team.
Right, because they're doing so well and advancing so in such a structured manner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like right on that cusp of like just starting to just dominate teams every single game. Like already you can see that there's just some games where the opponent can't do much. But they're just right on that cusp of doing it every single game. And as we say that, Rock takes out Little Red and then stun on Son of a Dead Dorse Lineman.
Pretty good. So my players are gonna get used to laying down in this match. So he did a really good job of using that strength advantage to his advantage and making sure that his assists were good and he moved the ball very effectively and just spread me out. And you'll see all those things that I do to counteract it, which are pretty good. But overall, you're gonna watch that frenzy. Love that. Set them up for it. Oak them.
Yeah, that's tough. Was that Billy Goat Rough? He's a strength 3. Pro tip: always put your strength 4 on the right side, or like side towards the line, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mitigates that ability to frenzy properly. This guy doesn't have guard to shut me up, right? No, okay. You're just like silently like, yeah, dumbass, keep talking. But no guard over there, so I'm right still.
No, okay. Yeah, you're still right. You're good. But so pulling that back cage, real technical.
Yeah, this is textbook chaos. Getting ready for the grind. They know that they got 7 turns of beating ahead of them. And then Ivan's just like, I didn't like that guy's face. Stun.
Right. Of all dudes, that guy. I was like, I choose you.
That was the guy standing in the way of gear, and as we know, Ivan is a headhunter. And he tries to get the most valuable of prizes.
It's true. So Brett playing his game, which is different than my game.
Oh, just stuns being passed out like we're on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Right? But that was, that's how I did that, is I moved into a position where I was able to get the assist twice. That was me being stupid.
You're like,
I didn't set that up right.
I can save this lineman.
No, well, I was gonna push him off, but I didn't. I put the assist in the wrong place.
Yep.
And knew that afterwards. And it didn't matter anyways because I dicked it up. But that was my fault. I had a good idea, but I didn't execute it effectively.
Yep. So rolling the cage over. Is this one strength 4? Of course he is. Goodbye, Little Red.
He just got his feet back on him. Poor guy.
And just Malal's Master just showing a perfect game so far, other than that push-off.
Right.
And then, as I say, that double attacker down.
That's, spoiler alert, not the first time that's going to pop into this game.
Interesting that he burnt a reroll when it was a both down attacker down. I would have just applied the double block. That's not, especially all the way over there, not worth the reroll. So we'll see if that bites him later on when it comes to rerolls. I mean, maybe he's thinking I have an extra reroll from the Halfling Master Chefs, but
right.
Just don't waste that delicious food. Uh-oh, Brat. And that's the scary part about this team, is that you have to use Brat almost to get inside some of these cages.
100% true.
Ooh, Dauntless putting down Ivan. Ivan getting a taste of his own medicine.
Love that. Love that Dauntless. Hate that I have to use gear for it, but go ahead, roll yourself a wild animal on top of it. Just stay down there for me. Thanks, bro.
He's like,
so much work to get him down.
I've never been on the ground before. I'm just mad about it.
But it took three of my players to do that to him.
Yeah.
And then I had to use Dauntless on top of it. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's scary. But at the same time, with that wild animal, I would argue it made it worth it.
Right. For sure. Now I've got 3 guys in a pack kind of in a position to do something. I don't know what I'm doing with him yet, because I got to figure out what he's going to... And then...
That's one of the worst things that could happen to you right now. Brett with a badly hurt, and you opted not to use your apothecary on that. That's interesting.
Right. I figure that badly hurt in a long-term effect would be better, because I'm going to get some more damage. In my luck, it had just rolled to dead anyways, so I'm going to wait for somebody to die or actually get an injury.
I meant to say, I definitely understand the want, especially against a team like this, to keep the apothecary for something that's going to be a little bit more deadly later on. But don't forget, especially for the people at home, if you get a badly hurt and you choose to use the apothecary, it can't trump it. What you'll do is you'll make it to where that it just reverses the entire injury altogether. That you could just apply that original badly hurt, and because you used an apothecary, they're back standing. So, just in case you had forgotten, you could have had Brett back.
Yeah. I know.
But no, I totally understand having this team against you. You're like, oh man, I need the strength.
It's not a stat issue. It's not, I wasn't a stat negation. No. It wasn't, I'm looking for the long-term health of my team. And and even if Brett's the linchpin and I take a loss here, then I still feel like I'm ahead enough in the standings of the league right now where I'm not going to fall out of the top 4 if I take a loss.
Yeah. And that's good looking not just at one game, but looking at the season as a whole.
But I walked into this knowing I was going to be bludgeoned. He's got Mighty Blow on so many dudes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. Now that Brett's gone, it's going to be a sheer climb. Because the werewolves are kind of your last respite now to keeping this game together, and then gear with that Dauntless is going to help if used properly, which so far.
And I have a second with Dauntless.
Oh yeah, that lineman that's been floating around for ages. Yeah, Clang.
Yeah, that kick. Yep. I like to get him involved when I can.
Oh, and that wizard's still waiting in the wings. That's the scariest part, is you just feel completely outstrengthed by a team like this, and then you remember it's like, oh, they also have 600 plus in inducements to play you. Ugh.
And this is one of those games where and that was bad, but I was hoping to get him the first time just to get in there.
And I've been there too.
I knew that I was going to get frenzied into a 2-die, but
it almost feels worth it if it's like you're getting a 2-die your choice on the first one. You're like, there's a lot of chance for this to work. And then the moment it doesn't, you're like, oh, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Clang, that Dauntless character we were just talking about, gets KO'd.
Right. So he did a really good job of reforming that cage on the other side of most of my players. So I'm getting to that point where let's get a little spicy. Yeah,
Puppy dog
another one
face
for the
KO'd.
cage.
And he's just nice enough to put 4 of your players in tentacles range.
Right. So this will be good. I was particularly pleased with the idea that I came up with how to fix this. So watch how this goes. There you go.
So killing that assist over there. What's the blizzard?
Gonna get me some jump up.
Oh, getting that free ball.
Double attacker down.
Oh man, oh Billy, no reroll, so lay it back down, please.
Yeah.
And he's
all the good things were gonna happen when that guy was there. I was gonna be able to flush quite a few guys off. That's why I still have bodies laying down.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to stand them up.
Yep. No, that was really good thinking. That jump up is something that even I forget a lot of time with my witch elves. I'm just like,
right.
Oh yeah, I can throw a block right now, or like I pick them up and then I'm like,
that wasn't gonna and then that was gonna free up my werewolf for a blitz action.
And yeah, that happens to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could have blocked with that witch elf, and I'm like, whatever.
So that's just how the dice go. So I had a plan. I swear that was a really good idea, and I feel like that's one of the nice things that I get to talk during my game.
Yeah, you get to defend yourself.
I get to explain why that was a good idea. I mean, as many times as we go, what were you thinking, bro? And I'm just like, no, before you get all up in my business.
No, yeah, it's one of those things that it's inevitable, and I don't ever get on people about it. But after a review gets posted, I usually get like an onslaught of messages from all angles, even people who weren't part of the game. They're like, well, no, I couldn't. And it's like, everybody gets their say in the situation. I'm not infallible either. I lose just as many games as I win. You can look at my match records. I think I'm at like a 53%. So the only reason I have room to talk is because I put in the effort to do these videos with you.
Right, because I have the microphone and you will listen to what I say. As my werewolf just dumps it going for it.
Yeah, but that was a good touchdown. That was an amazing drive by Malal.
He did super good, right?
Yeah, and then just a couple bad rolls in prime situations for you really set the situation for up to capitalize on. And it's one of those things that you can argue, like Brett going out, the double attacker down on I think it was Grendel. You could argue that that drive was only that, but it takes a good player to capitalize on it, stay focused, and continue with their basics so that some weird lucky roll on your part doesn't just completely crumble the drive.
Right, absolutely, because it very well could have, and he made it so that I was constantly in a disadvantage and having to use less than optimal tactics and odds to roll.
And that's a sign of a good player, just coming in with a 600 plus team value deficiency and then making it feel like this is your first game.
Right. Just all my players naked.
More so than they normally are.
Right?
Oh no, going after Ivan. Oh, stun. So close.
Right?
Getting Ivan off the pitch would help quite a bit.
That was, I know that I could have gone against a different player, but because of the strength disadvantage, having that opportunity to roll twice against him with that mighty blow.
Well, and to be perfectly honest, if you can get the dice, he's got the lowest armor value of the entire team.
Yeah.
Why not go for him? I mean, it's either that or a Beastman who's... I mean, essentially it's the same thing. And just Ivan is a more critical player. I mean, he gets all the fantasy points on the team. He kills the players. Like, you're at a huge disadvantage while he's on the pitch. He's one of the only big guys in the entire game or in the entire league that I would say, like, you may want to focus him because he's going to focus you.
Right. And that was what I was going for there, figuring that I didn't have a super good opportunity. So went for that, and then quick toss to get a star player point. Yeah.
I think I've said it before, but badly hurt.
Oh, right.
Cole. But Minotaurs are my favorite big guys. By far. Just my personal preference. I don't think there's a bigger or better big guy.
Right?
I know a lot of people like the Croxagore, but Bonehead's a no-go for me.
Yep. So couldn't quite figure out what that flash was because it looked like there was a fireball off somewhere that applied.
I have the answer to that.
Go for it.
He just recently installed Windows 10, which re-enabled his touchpad on his laptop, and it accidentally fired his fireball off the pitch.
Okay, that's what he said. I didn't do that. He was having some sort of connectivity issue, but it was super weird because it was well into my turn when it went. It was outside of the window where that fireball action should have been available, and then I couldn't quite figure out what was going on.
Yep. Yeah, it's just functionality issues. He didn't realize that that touchpad was re-enabled because of the Windows 10 install.
But let's just say that I was scared poopless when that came down, and I was like, that feels like a fireball, but I'm not really sure what was going on.
Oh, poor Brett.
Right?
Yeah, so he had a couple misclicks this game because of that. So, going into this one, it's 1-0, and
yep.
He's getting the ball, isn't he? Oh, no, you are.
I'm getting the ball.
Yeah.
But, so that was, I had a pretty good run to get that there to Little Red, and it was not an ideal situation.
No, and a 1 on it, nobody would have caught it.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, it was a 5+, and then I would have had to somehow manage to dodge as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't probable, but you know, for funsies, it's never going to happen if you don't go for it.
Exactly.
And having that the last turn, worse things could happen.
Yeah. So 2 stuns. I think one of them might have been the kickoff event. I don't remember already. Oh, on a fractured leg, he uses the apothecary, no long-term effect.
As soon as I start doing stuff.
Interesting. Isn't Grunty just sure hands? Maybe he feels like he needs that sure hands on the team for next game. Might have been a player that I'd not use the apothecary just because I know you get a lot of mighty blow as well.
Yep.
But maybe he's thinking it's getting a little past half the game, so if the injuries are going to come, they should already be here.
Fair play, but this is the time that I've got the ball, so I usually do.
I think you mentioned that he might have already got a second.
He had a wandering.
Okay,
yeah,
so that makes perfect sense. Yeah, disregard. So, getting set up, you got a kind of a wacky cage right here just because he doesn't have the movement allowance to come mess with you just yet.
Right.
And then filing in. You're going to try to take that Chaos Warrior spot.
I'm just trying to get him. I'm gonna pitch out to the right. I'm just trying to make it so that he doesn't have an easy blast on me.
That's an interesting line that you have there. The Chaos Warrior makes it a little weaker, but you reinforced it with that lineman and then that one as well. So you've actually got a kind of a really in the moment kind of setup, but it works. With the players the way they're set up, you have really no route other than forward.
A different way to do that sideline cage.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely I'm using all of my characters, if not more than the normal 4. Right? There's 5 guys there.
Yeah.
Trying to, because I know that I need to filter in and roll up because I need to peel them out.
Yeah.
So that wild animal helps me a lot.
Yeah, the wild animal definitely helps. But yeah, just right before it was happening, I was going to say the only weakness I saw with that is that the 3 beastmen there.
Right, so I was supposed to blitz him. That's where I screwed up right there. That I used my break tackle to get away, and for whatever reason, my brain goes, dodge first, blitz later.
Oh.
I don't know why my brain did that, but and then this whole thing gets screwed up because the whole plan was to have him blitz that guy off and then move forward to make an assist for the other werewolf to blitz the beastman up top and then put an assist on or put a mark on the beastman over there.
Yeah, so
we're supposed to do that.
Not only does that stop you for 1 turn, but it makes it 1 more turn of him kind of closing in on you.
Man, and it gets tight. So definitely screwed that up.
Oh boy, Ivan's coming. double push, but he's where he wants to be.
Yep, worrying about that tentacles now.
I'm scared.
Thanks.
I'm afraid of this team when guard starts getting picked up.
Oh, man.
Oh, KO on Little Red. Little Red just can't catch a break.
Right? Getting thrown to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Got cut catching rocks with his face.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's one good thing. Is Strength 4 gone.
Now trying to find a lane to do something. It's just so packed.
Yeah. Dauntless. Booyah. It's still really tight in there. Taking him out. Now you just got 3 beastmen to deal with.
Right. I'm gonna take a little breather. I'm gonna come back a little bit.
Yep.
Try to figure out what's going on.
It was really with all that huge line right there, kind of blocking your lane. And again, interesting attempt right there, but it kills your. It's kind of like that packed cage. It kills your routes of escape. So your only route was, towards the touchdown or away from a touchdown.
Right. So trying to set up my throwers over there, playing with a strength 4, which is not optimal. I got a berserker playing with a strength 4. Another berserker over there who he just took 2 going forts to get marked. So he's doing a really good job of shutting down everything I want to do.
Yeah, and I can see that you're having a lot of trouble because you can't. It's tough for you to find the strength advantage against this team, so it's tough for you to open those lanes.
That Dauntless on 2 of my players is a huge advantage there because it automatically it's a 50-50 shot to absolutely negate their strength to match them, and as long as I have 1 assist on them, I can get 2 die.
Yep. And is that a touchdown?
No.
Nope.
He already moved.
Ah.
But I wanted to get him. I wanted to get it up instead of on the sidelines.
Okay.
I think now that I look at it, it was probably a mistake. But in the moment, I was afraid that he was going to be able to get through and in there.
Mm-hmm.
So him being able to dodge out and hit that sucked.
Yeah. And that's just showing Coach not afraid to making those 3+ dodges. Strength 5 on that
they'll
blitz.
go. Right? Gross. Because there's so many assists there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna move up, and now that I've got the bodies, I can make it work. So
yep.
Had to follow up. Didn't want to in case that I caught the ball, but I had to follow up in order to make that space available for my runner, who hasn't really done anything lately when it comes to carrying the ball. So he remembered how to do it. Thank God.
Yep. Yeah, like riding a bike.
Right.
But he does get the touchdown, so looking at a 1-1 game right now. Might be enough time to get a touchdown. It's pretty late in the game, so we'll have to see what happens.
Right. I'm pretty confident that I can hold him.
It's always a bad situation to be like, oh, this team that has one less season than I do. Let's hope I can hold him.
Right. Well, he's got the player advantage.
Yes. But only
and
by
the
1.
strength advantage.
By a lot.
Yeah. So, awesome. In all reality, here's my idea: is I'm going. You know what? Maybe I can get that ball from him. Maybe I can get that ball from him. Let's see if I can get that ball from him. While obviously trying not to let him
kill you,
score, or kill me.
Yeah.
I mean, killing is more of a permanent thing than a loss.
Yeah. Dauntless, getting Ivan out of the way so you can infiltrate. He's not going anywhere.
Yep. Ready to take action.
Alright. Let's see what these Chaos Warriors and Beastmen can do. KO on Keldon.
Yep, awesome.
So getting ready, setting up some guys. Guy's primed for level 2 if he gets this touchdown.
And that's the bad thing about those Chaos Warriors, because they're agility. He's agility 2. No, he's agility 3. Yep.
Oh man, not gonna happen though. Oh, loner. Oh no. So you're in a bad situation right now.
Yeah. Watch me get out of it.
Cool, cool. I'm assuming it's gonna be Grendel that works it.
Checking everything. Checking everything.
Beowulf puts him down. Very nice.
I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself.
Yep, stunned that guy, so he's not going to be scoring it. He's got one chance at this. He's got the only person that can score is this Chaos Warrior, and he's, for the most part, on his own. He can get some Beastmen to assist, but it's a 4-on-1.
Oh, wild animal. Oh, there we go. Horns.
KO'd. Oh, man. So that
Heartbreak Hill.
So that was a dodge into one tackle zone, a dodge into another tackle zone, a pickup, a dodge into no tackle zones, and a touchdown, correct?
Yep.
So, wow. So 2 4+ dodges, a 4+ pickup, and a 3+ dodge. So nothing was worse than a 50-50, so it's not like that was incredible odds.
No.
But definitely not your first go-to plan.
Him seeing that and not following up with that Beastman
made keeping that lane
was man. I'm upset that I lost. But when you lose like that, you go, man, that was a solid game, and I was super impressed with how he played. He beat me, and I don't feel bad about getting beat when the opponent plays like that.
Yep. And I think, did Ivan get any injuries on anybody? Because if so, he would have leveled.
He had to have.
Oh. That was an.
Well, go ahead. Go to player statistics. You can see it.
Bring, bring, bring. No, he didn't get anything. Ha. He's one star player point from level 3.
Wow. There you go then.
But yeah, that was an amazing game by Malal's Mashers. I think for you, I think being at that strength disadvantage is new water for you.
Yeah.
And I think you just haven't been able to develop a plan against that yet. You're usually kind of like the top tier, or at least can keep up with the other strengths out here, like the Crazy Eights and whatnot. And the Snarl 2 Smashes, even, you're able to kind of hold your own against them. But this team is by far the strongest team we've ever seen.
Yeah. Really, probably going back at it, should have played a little more agility style. Defense played back, and went a little more surgical in my strikes. I thought that I could stay engaged and do some good work, but he ate me up. But he didn't really. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, obviously. But I think that I have everybody going playing next week, which is really, when you play a team like that, you feel pretty good about your day when you can go ahead and say that.
Oh, most definitely. And the fact that you're number 1 in the rankings by a decent amount already, one loss isn't gonna hurt you too bad. You'll maintain that number 1. And I haven't seen your schedule, but just keep playing well as you have every season, and probably see a lot more wins. But Malal's Mashers, holy crap, that was
that was my second loss.
Yeah, and that was an amazing game he played. I'm stoked to see that.
Yep. Good job, man.
All right, so that concludes week 7, meaning that we are halfway done with regular season in very fast time. Probably would have been faster had I not been so busy in recent times, but that should end by week 9. However, we're going to be taking a short break from the league itself so that we can get together a mid-season review. Likely will be about probably a 30-minute to 45-minute recording. You know how they normally go.
Right.
And get together some fun information for everybody, maybe get some other stuff that we haven't done before. But So don't expect to see any updates for probably about a week, maybe even 2 weeks for week 8.
All right.
But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and we will catch you in the mid-season review.
Later.